Capricorn, this is Pick a Crystal Tarot. All right, so right now I want you to pick one of these crystals. We have blue calcite or we have black obsidian. Pick the crystal that speaks to you. And the way that it's going to work, this is your mid-August reading. We have a 4-card spread, 2 4-card spreads based off of the crystal that you chose. And then we're going to clarify with 2 cards. So this is for the middle of August for all the Capricorns out there. So if you chose the blue calcite, this is your reading. All right. Okay, so you have the Moon to the King of Wands to the 7 of Swords to the Wheel of Fortune here. So what's standing out to me is the Moon right now, right? So with the Moon, this is, fantasies, fears, illusions. These are the emotions that are trapped deep inside of you right now. So you are really diving in deep into something, whatever it is that has happened to you or is going to happen to you in the middle of August. It's definitely requiring you to dive deep into your innermost feelings here with the Moon. And the thing about the Moon, there's a lot about the Moon, right? You see this lobster here. The lobster has this path ahead of him, and that's the Fool's Journey, right? And you have these 2 dogs. This represents our domesticated side and our more animalistic side. They're howling up at the Moon. So the Moon is a lot. The Moon is definitely about balancing your emotions, balancing the 2 sides of you when it comes to who you are, your responsibilities, and then who you are as a human being, like the urges that you have, the things that you want to do instinctually. So the key to the Moon, one of the keys to the Moon, is the lobster has to go on this path without emotional armor. Right? So that's the thing that's standing out to me in the reading, right? So it's like once you dive into your emotions, you have the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is definitely speaking to me. The 7 of Swords, this guy is stealing these swords from this army so that the battle doesn't have to be as difficult, right? So how are you going to dive into your emotions, your feelings, the middle of this month of August? What are you going to do to make conflicts in your life easier, or to really avoid conflicts in your life or conflicts in yourself? One of the keys that you have here is the King of Wands, which is about being bold and assertive, right? So there's definitely an emphasis for you, Capricorn, focus less on your responsibilities, the work that you have to do, and really be bold and brave diving into your feelings. And then once you do that, you will have the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor. Right? Because this is what you want. What you want is to, your luck to change. What you want is to have life go in a different way. So that's definitely what is standing out. But it's like this Moon energy is what's really speaking to me here. So think about what you have in your innermost, darkest places as far as your feelings and emotions go, and dive into it without fear, right? Dive into it in a much smarter way when it comes to the 7 of Swords. All right, and then you'll get your change of fortune. So we have 2 clarifying cards for you, Capricorn, here to give you some more answers. And you're showing up here, right? So that just fell out of my hands. What fell out of my hands, and we'll talk about it first, is the 10 of Swords, right? So this is connected to past pain. The way that you want your fortunes to change here, it's connected to past hurts, past pain, people that have hurt you, the life circumstances that have hurt you. Just know that for you to have a change of fortune when it comes to this 10 of Swords, you have to see that all this past pain was really a blessing to you. This past pain taught you, right? And that's hard sometimes because it's like, it's hard for us to let go of our pain, especially when it comes to people that have hurt us, life experiences that have hurt us, bad luck that has hurt us, right? It's like maybe you've been going through a lot of bad luck lately and you want things to get better, right? And the key to it is here. It's you showing up. It's the devil, right? So, this is your card. This is you. The devil represents, the devil represents a lot of devil energy. So it's like this past pain that hurts you, to have the Ten of Swords together with you, the devil. This is you releasing someone toxic from your past, or toxic experiences from your past. The thing about the devil is that you see these two people here, they're being trapped by the devil. They have like a ring around their neck. But when you look close enough, you can see that those rings are actually bigger than those people's heads. So it's like they can easily escape the devil. So what sort of toxic energy do you have to escape from? What is the toxic thing in your past with this Ten of Swords that you are going to release, so that you can release yourself from the devil? The devil is you, and the devil also represents hard work. So how are you going to work through this, right? As a Capricorn, I fully understand that, you want to work, you want to actually use your discipline, use your work ethic to escape this pain. But that doesn't always happen when you rely on effort and work. So it's like the feeling that I'm getting here is, how are you going to release this toxic past that you have? How are you going to find a way to do it with much less effort? How are you going to work differently, right? So that's the feeling that I just got here for you Capricorns that chose the blue calcite. If this has to do with work, or if like work is not manifesting what you're expecting it to, because it's like you're so used to bringing in success and abundance into your life through your discipline, through your hard work, how can you make work more effortless moving forward? All right. Okay, if you chose the black obsidian, Capricorn, and even if you chose the blue calcite and you're going to choose to keep watching the video, this message still can be for you. But if you chose the black obsidian, this is the message for the Capricorns out there with the black obsidian. All right. Okay, so for the black obsidian group, right? You are starting out with the Hangman. This is the card that's definitely speaking to me. The Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective, right? So there have been shifts in your vision. There have been shifts in maybe the way that you live, right? Like, maybe you put yourself into Hangman mode so that you can see things from a different perspective. The story of the Hangman is that he's hung himself from the tree of life and the tree of knowledge and wisdom. He's hung himself upside down so that he can gain a different perspective on what he needs to see differently. So maybe you did this. Maybe the reading is saying that you have to do this in the middle of August right now. But definitely understand that seeing things from a different perspective is going to lead to some pretty powerful things, because you have a pretty straightforward reading here. You have the Page of Wands to the Queen of Wands to the Star. And so with the King of Wands in this first reading, right? If this is about love for you, this might be a divine counterpart coming in that you're going to go on an adventure with, right? So if you're looking for love right now and you're still watching, the blue calcite group got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands is showing up. But the reading is saying that for you to see things from a totally different perspective, you need to go on new adventures with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is all about taking on adventure with excitement and joy and curiosity. You don't know where this is going to go. You just have to embrace any adventure that's going to be coming into your life in the middle of August here with, enthusiasm. That's the spirit of the Page of Wands. And, the Queen of Wands is about, learning to become more bold and assertive, right? She has this sunflower, which is pointed towards the sun. And if she just trusts her courage, her instinct, fire energy, initiating energy, she's going to go into a sun phase. And then you have the Star, right? You end with the Star, right? So the Star is about you being a star. The Star is about you following a star, following a North Star, following a direction. This is what I'm getting here, is that you feel this is right? Because this is a wonderful outcome to have. You feel that this direction that you're going in is right. And, you might be a little bit apprehensive with the Hangman here, but it's like, that's okay, right? Like, gaining new perspectives are super powerful. So you just have to understand that you got to get out of Hangman mode, because, your outcome here for the middle of the month is pretty spectacular. Now, again, the Star is also about self-care, right? The Star here is bathing herself in the pool of universal consciousness, right? But she's doing it very haphazardly. You know, the key with water and tarot is that you got to jump in the water, right? It's like there's a message of like not seeing that water is healing. There's a message of seeing that, you know, when people are either apprehensive to jump into the water, you just got to go. You got to go without fear. You got to be bold and assertive with this Queen of Wands energy, right? And you're gonna, I mean, if you choose to take this on, it's going to be pretty powerful for you. So to clarify these two cards, we have the Seven of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups is looking at your options, right? So if this is something new that's being presented to you, right, you're comparing it to past similar opportunities that maybe have disappointed you. This new opportunity could be something really great, because the thing about the Seven of Cups is that there's good things and bad things in this cup. And, you know, this is an energy of being too stuck in your head, overthinking, overanalyzing. The key to the Seven of Cups, instead of analyzing your options or those cups, right, it's for you to pick one cup. So with the Star here, right, you need to understand that really you need to really trust your intuition and just pick one of these options. And this can be, again, this can be in work, this can be in love, this can just be like new things that you want to do. There's definitely this energy of like seeing things differently, or maybe seeing something that you have been looking at from a different perspective, right? But any options or anything that you feel like you're choosing from, it's time to make a choice. And then when you do so, you just do so with the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about giving equal energy to whatever this choice is, and you want to give as much equal energy to yourself, right? So you can see here on the Six of Pentacles, this is pre-Hierophant energy. So he's learning to become the teacher, and he's blessing one person and not the other, right? So it's like, what do you need to pay attention to in yourself? What do you need to give blessings to inside of yourself here, Capricorn, so that, you know, you can end up with the Star. You can end up on an adventure that's going to lead to something that's really profoundly healing, that's going to confirm a lot of the new perspectives that you've been gaining. All right, so Caps, have fun for the rest of August. If you enjoyed the reading, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and check it out on the next one.